Royal letter stuns King Charles. Beware Harry and Meghan. If they have any success, you will lose everything. Good day. Pals Royal Family News Update welcomes you to the world of breaking news about the royal couple most famous for their hypocrisy, Harry and Meghan Markle. How long will it be before King Charles III realizes that Harry and Meghan represent a direct threat to him and the British monarchy as a whole? While still in disbelief over the death of Queen Elizabeth II, the staff at Buckingham Palace, Clarence House, and Kensington Palace must now deal with the unprecedented friendly fire attack launched from the Montecito home of the monarch's son. Although the king is deeply saddened by the intrafamily rift, he insists that he will not permit counterpunches to be thrown against his own flesh and blood. Some courtiers argue that the British royal family needs protecting from one of its own who is out to destroy it. According to popular belief, the king is still holding out hope that he can make amends with his son and daughter-in-law before his coronation on Saturday, May 6. I feel like it undervalues where Harry and Meghan are at in their personal lives, despite the fact that they are in a favorable position. Charles and the rest of the royal family rolled out the red carpet for them after the death of Queen Elizabeth II, but they still released Harry's book Spare before the new year, despite its potentially explosive content. It doesn't matter how much Charles tries to open a channel for dialogue, the Sussexes have declared war and know there's no going back. A member of the royal family has revealed, "The king continues to convey through his senior team that he is sorry rather than furious and hopes that, with time, the problems may be handled within the family." That, however, minimizes the significance of Harry and Meghan's mission, which is nothing short of a direct assault on the monarchy. Many courtiers believe that the damage that has been done, especially on a global scale, may be difficult to undo, so they are urging the monarch to allow the palace to take a more proactive stance in the coming month, when both Spare and the second season of the Netflix series will be released. With last week's Netflix premiere providing a very unappealing beginning, there are growing concerns within the palace that this Thursday's second volume of Harry and Meghan's Truth will be a poisoned main dish loaded with a ton of bitter and sour ingredients. The new, controversial trailer that was released this morning makes that abundantly clear. Prince Harry said of palace courtiers or the British media, "They were delighted to lie to protect my brother," without providing any context, which may be provided on Thursday when the video is released. "Honestly, they were never particularly eager to defend us." He goes on to say that the Sussexes were institutional gaslighted. Constant victim Meghan claims, "I wasn't just being tossed to the wolves. I was being fed to them." As with the claims made about the couple after their Oprah appearance and the release of Netflix Volume 1, many of the more extreme claims have been quickly debunked. Perhaps not wisely, Harry admitted on camera that neither he nor Meghan have monopoly on the truth when he said, "No one knows a complete truth. We have complete knowledge of the situation. Everybody in the establishment knows this to be true. The media knows everything that happened because they were let in on the secret." Not only should the institution respond with facts, but it should do so independently of the media, which often lacks the resources to report much of what transpired behind the scenes. The insider continued, "The time has come for a step-by-step study of why practically everything Harry and Meghan are saying grossly misrepresents the aid and support they were provided by the institution from day one, but also the right they were given to make their own decisions." Charles and William swift dismissal of Lady Susan Hussey, the Queen's most devoted lady-in-waiting, after a charity executive made a false claim on social media was an indication that they might be inclined to adopt a more contemporary strategy for handling the media. Therefore, it is problematic for there to be radio silence around Harry and Meghan, as this would allow them to choose the subject of conversation, often unimpeded by facts. They must also stop making excuses for their behavior by blaming the guys in grey suits or the establishment for the problems plaguing the most senior royals. Given that the top courtiers in the royal family are ultimately accountable only to the Queen, Charles, and William, all major decisions had to be approved by one of them. According to my informant, the notion that these courtiers were making decisions without consulting with the royal family was ridiculous. Megxit and Tiara Gate. Two of the biggest headlines from Harry and Meghan's time in the royal family were both initiated by me. Until Thursday's show, I want elaborate, but I can say unequivocally that the notion that the royal family fabricated bad press about the Sussexes is ridiculous. In reality, they spent months working hard, often at Harry and Meghan's request, to quash the publication of several negative but factually accurate stories. The stakes are too high for Charles and William to ignore this verbal battle now. Even at the height of their own explosive conflicts with the monarchy, neither Princess Diana nor the Duke of Windsor ever promoted such a blatantly anti-Commonwealth message that was certain to advance the Republican cause. The majority of the population is aware that the Sussexes' victimhood is an act, thanks to the backing of the majority of the world's ultra-woke media. But real balance must be shown publicly nonetheless. Next is the coronation ceremony itself. That Charles would risk the event's historic significance becoming a spectacle by allowing Harry and Meghan to stroll back into the royal fold and enjoy front-row seats is baffling. It is time for the future king to make it clear to the Sussexes that he will not tolerate their efforts to undermine the legacy of the late Queen and cause harm to the United Kingdom any longer, and that he expects them to leave immediately. He seems to be leaning toward a softer approach once again, which could have disastrous results for the institution he holds dear. One viewer remarked, at the very least, King Charles should issue a personal statement after the Netflix series, along the lines that he is very disappointed Harry totally misunderstands the purpose of the Commonwealth in fostering ties of friendship and trade between free and equal countries, and so has misrepresented it. Also, it seems clear that Harry isn't happy with the fact that he's his family's second son, a position that is typically accepted with good grace and gratitude for the genuine freedom to lead a life of less responsibility and the ability to pursue a career of choice. Charles should convey that he and his parents, Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, along with the rest of the royal family, were deeply saddened by the news. Many other families experienced similar traumatic loss, and all did what they could to care for William and Harry and cushion the loss. A change in Harry's outlook and state of mind, he hopes, will come with the passage of time. Is it just me, or does Charles' lack of arrogance in his fight with Harry and Meghan feel a bit unsettling to you? Post your responses in the space provided below. This video was made with the intention of being useful, and we certainly hope that it has been. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and give it a like. Please enjoy the next video in this newsletter series and thank you for watching. Goodbye.